Hello and welcome to this episode of the Law of Relevancy podcast. Today we have a special guest who is a brand new entrepreneur. The name of her business is called the Gift Matchmaker. Jessica, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here.
Well, I'm honored that you're here, and I'm really excited to learn about what you're doing. And it's like the perfect time of year to talk about this.
It is coming into the holidays. Everybody needs gift ideas.
Oh yeah, and especially after you've been thinking about the same people for years and years and years. Sometimes it's hard to be original.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And so you've created a business where you're a consultant on that helps people come up with original and really, really like meaningful gift ideas.
Yes, I am a gift expert and consultant. And the Gift Matchmaker is basically a gift consulting company that helps individuals and businesses when it comes to gifting. So you're looking at me right now kind of like deer in the headlights, and I get that a lot whenever I tell somebody. So basically on an individual level, let's say you need to buy a gift for someone and you don't know what to get them. Maybe you don't consider yourself a good gift giver. Maybe you want something thoughtful, but you're busy just like most of us, and you don't have the time to put into coming up with a unique or thoughtful idea. So you would hire me and I would come up with the gift ideas for you. And then on a business level, it's working primarily with client-based businesses or nonprofit organizations that are gifting clients and donors to help their ROI when it comes to retention and referrals, but they're showing appreciation to the client or donor in return.
And you work with some pretty large organizations when it comes to the corporate side, right? Like the Glazer Children's Museum?
Yeah, so the Glazer Children's Museum is one of my clients, and I'm very excited and honored to work with them, and it's been a great learning process. And I'm also affiliated with them like on committees and stuff, so it's just been, very nice to have them support me.
And so I actually heard that this is also called you're a certified giftologist.
I took a giftology course many years ago in my previous role in the financial planning industry and read a book, Giftology, which is how the course came about. And I went through that course. So technically I would be a certified giftologist.
And what's the purpose of giving gifts? Like what are we what are we doing when we give gifts?
So I think number one, the stigma is that you have to give something really expensive to somebody when gifting for them to appreciate it. And that's just simply not the case. And I think that some of the best gifts are the thoughtful ones. And I think you give, it should be for selfless purposes. You're giving because you want the other person to be happy, not because you're going to get something in return, not because you want something gifted on the same level of expense. It's really because from the heart, you want to give something to somebody else.
So that's the first thing when it comes to like choosing a great gift for someone would be to center yourself around that goal of like, hey, I'm about to give somebody something, and the purpose is to make them feel appreciated or to give them joy.
And to be selfless.
Gotcha. And so really you need to disconnect yourself with the price of it.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think some of the greatest gifts are useful ones, gifts that people are going to have for years to come, personalized gifts, custom gifts, and they don't always have to be super expensive.
Well, I'm from the South, and in the South, you monogram everything.
And hey, that's a great gift. Like I will tell you, so my mom actually bought me an iPad when I was like 22, and it was engraved on the back, and the iPad does not work, has not worked for years, and I still have that iPad because it says, happy 22nd birthday, Jessica. And I mean, that might be a little bit of hoarding, but it definitely, it's harder to let those kinds of items go.
Well, what I really like about your story is that this is a career that, I mean, I've never heard somebody raise their hand as like a little kid and go, hey, I want to be a giftologist, or I want to give gifts, a professional gift giver when I grow up. But it sounds like they maybe should, because it sounds like a really, really cool job.
It is, number one, it's remote, right? I can work from wherever I want. And I love that. I think that that's kind of the way of the future, and what people want to be able to do is have that flexibility since COVID. But also, I mean, yeah, it really fulfills me and makes me happy to make other people happy. And I feel like that's my purpose in life, is to give back, whether that's through my time, money, knowledge, being able to inspire, motivate, or help somebody go through something that I've been through. And so I feel like I don't only get to do that in gifting, but as my business grows, I'll be able to give back in other ways.
Well, let's talk about what inspired you to take this leap into this field that really isn't well known, that this even exists, right?
Right. So, yeah. So, like I mentioned, for the last 8 years, I was in financial planning, and the advisor I worked with was friends with the author of Giftology. And so she introduced our team to the book. She wanted us to read it. And then from there, I got to take the Giftology course, and we ended up implementing it into our practice and giving back to our clients. And it was something that I oversaw. I helped build from the ground up. I managed 9 times out of 10. I was coming up with the gift idea.
So you're just good at it.
You know, and it's so funny because I had coworkers when I was still working there that would tell me, like, hey, you know, you really should like start a side hustle. I feel like we're in the years of the side hustle right now, you know, because you're really good at gifting. And they would just ask me on a personal basis, like, hey, I need to come up with a gift idea for someone. Can you help me, you know, come up with an idea? So it was something I never thought of to actually do, but once I decided to leave, and again, following my passion and my purpose, it just kind of became a no-brainer and something that I really enjoy.
And okay, and so where are you at in the stage of your business? Like, how long have you been doing this?
So so I started my business in June of this year, so it's very new.
Very fresh, yeah.
Yep, going on 5 months, and it's been great. I mean, you know, I think people who expect overnight success, that's just not reality. And I am practical and realistic, and I know it's going to take time, but it's definitely, I've had amazing opportunities just to be here today and talk about it. So I am definitely looking forward to the future.
Well, you're certainly off on the right foot. I mean, to get a marquee organization like that in Tampa Bay, like right out of the gate.
Right in my first month. Yeah, so that's definitely amazing blessings, and I'm so grateful.
And so what are the things that you're doing now to help? I mean, obviously you're on our podcast, but what are those things that you're doing to help raise awareness about your service?
So, I mean, the biggest thing is social media, right? These days, I mean, it's just global, and you can't really have a business be as large as you want if you don't have that social media exposure where people can share and talk and, you know, continue promoting for you for free, right? And but also just networking, connecting with people, telling them, you know, what I do, getting put in front of the right people and right businesses, so on and so forth. I think, you know, that's really right now how I'm going about this. And
well, that sounds like a great plan. I think in like a gift giving is like a social activity, so obviously social networking is the place to go.
Exactly.
And I'm sure there's probably even thought leadership around, you know, sharing ideas with people on how to, you know, try to be a little bit good at gift giving, even if they don't have the funds to hire you, right?
Exactly. Yes. Like, you know, I give people ideas all the time, just little hints here and there, like how to elevate, you know, a gift, how to be more thoughtful. You know, some of the big tips that I learned about gifting was, you know, try to stay away from food. A lot of people, especially around the holidays, give food items. But these days, there are so many people that have dietary restrictions.
No, you're right.
You don't even know if they like what it is that you're giving them, you know? And so just trying to stay away from food. If it's a business, trying to stay away from branded promotional items. You know, how many mugs, how many pens are you going to give people? Like, it just goes into, you know, the everything drawer or cupboard, and it stays there, or they re-gift it to somebody else, right? So it's trying to be more thoughtful and personal in your gift giving.
What are some other gift giving don'ts?
I would say more gift giving don'ts. So a big one, and we all do it, is gift cards. You know, I think there is an element where a gift card comes into play, and I think that you can still be thoughtful and add the gift card, but it's so simple and really thoughtless. I mean, how, you know, quick is it to run into a CVS, a Walgreens, anywhere, and just pick a random gift card of where you think the person's going to want to use it. And even if it is a place that they use it, you know, maybe they forget they have it because they have so many gift cards to places. I know I'm guilty of that. Like I just went to Dunkin' Donuts to get a coffee the other day, and I forgot to use my Dunkin' Donuts gift card that I had because it's like it didn't even come second nature because I have so many gift cards to places. So I think gift cards, you know, try to stay away from that. Again, you can add it as a add-on to something, but don't just give a gift card. Let's see, some other don'ts would be along with the food and branded items.
How about what are some really, really good things that you've seen gifted or that you've been a part of that you think really made a difference?
Oh, man. I mean, so many things. So during COVID, something that we did in the firm was, you know, people couldn't get out. Mm-hmm. And everybody's stuck in quarantine. You know, a big kind of joke was a lot of people were drinking, right? Like more.
Yeah. Alcohol sales did go up.
More than before.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually partnered with a winery that was in a different state.
Okay.
And had wine with etched glasses packaged and shipped to the clients. And again, that was a more pricier, higher end gift, but we only sent it to our higher end clients. And that was something that was extremely thoughtful. People were very grateful. You know, we were also helping to promote the vineyard and a winery that is, you know, not local, but you can order from online just like you can to a lot of places. Yeah. So that was nice. We also did this personalized serving bowl that was very nice. And it was like a family tree. And we had each person's name engraved in it. With the year that we were sending it out. And we received so many appreciative gifts because, again, you want to give a gift that keeps on giving. If you give something that they're going to utilize, that they're going to have out with a group of people, you know, they're going to ask, oh, where did you get that? And you're going to be able to say, oh, so-and-so gave it to me, you know, my financial advisor, my realtor, etc. And then the story just goes on. You become more relevant, and, you know, it's just something that you keep for years to come.
And so what is the Super Bowl of gift giving?
The Super Bowl of gift giving. What do you mean?
So there's Christmas, there's Mother's Day, there's other holidays that are famous for gift giving. The obvious answer is Christmas.
I mean, yes and no. I feel like with Christmas, especially as we get older, a lot of people tell you what they want.
Yeah.
So, or you ask, and they create lists, right? Your kids. So I feel like people kind of already know what they're going to buy. So I don't feel it's as common to ask for gift ideas from a different source other than the person.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, it would probably be, honestly, anniversaries or birthdays, I think, are the hardest to come up with, especially, you know, no offense, but men are not always the best gift givers. And so I think, you know, it's harder for them to come up with things for their wives or, you know, significant others or whomever. And so I think those are definitely the harder gift-giving holidays.
So what happens when you have a busy person and they want to give quality gifts, but there's the dates that may be special, there's all these holidays and everything else. Like, how does someone like that manage that or utilize your services?
Yeah, so on an individual level, we just started a Happily Ever After package.
That's a great name.
So we will help you to have those dates, birthdays, anniversaries, special occasions, and we will actually reach out to you a couple months in advance to talk through, you know, gift ideas. So we have time to implement it. We'll fulfill it for you. We'll package it so that it's ready to go for when you need it.
And what I like about that is, you know, it's not like you're outsourcing the gift completely. You're still playing a part, but you're hiring your services as like a researcher to help make it better or to enhance it, right?
Right, exactly. Like, you know, I think a misconception is like that I sell gifts, and I don't. I sell no gifts. Like, I am literally looking for the best type of gifts for the person or the company that we're, gifting to. So I'm actually promoting other people's gift ideas, basically, which is fine. So I just want to, find the perfect gift for people and make them happy.
So if there's businesses out there that sell things that would be great gifts, they need to reach out to you and make sure you know about them.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love utilizing local or small businesses for sure, because I want to give back to others who are starting up their businesses and stuff. So if there are products that, or good gift ideas, then I'm definitely open to people reaching out and letting me know. And I will definitely keep them, in the back of my mind for when it is needed for someone.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your story. I want to hear what you were thinking about when you decided to, as you say, follow your passion. So here's this thing you really, really enjoy doing. You've got this natural talent for it, so much so that all of your friends are asking you to help with their gift ideas. And you're like, hey, maybe I could turn this into service. Maybe I could make money doing this, right? What was it like making that leap where you're now focused on that as a full-time job?
Yes. So these last 2 years have been crap, for most of us. And, COVID being a major part of that, I think it has completely changed everybody's life in one way or another, and some more than others, who have had to go through a lot of loss in their life. But these last 2 years have been hard on me. I've had a lot of life changes. I went through a separation, which resulted in a divorce. I went through, moving out of the house I lived in and starting over. I, lost friendships that I thought I would have forever. There was just a lot of emotional things going on in a short period of time. And earlier this year, and I don't want to get into details about the situation, but I had a life-changing, traumatic event happen. And it just made me realize that life truly is too short. And I think that until you have something happen in your life where that becomes true, you kind of take life for granted. And it just made me realize that I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't passionate about what I was doing. And I didn't want to just live each day going through the motions. I wanted to actually be happy and have peace in my life. And so I decided to, take the risk and leave, because I really just needed a mental health break. It really was I just need time off to figure out what I want to do in life. And with that event that happened, it really made me realize that my purpose was to give back, like I said. So following my passion about giving, the Gift Matchmaker just kind of all came into play, and it was, this is what I'm meant to do. And I, haven't looked back since.
And so you said, I'm just going to focus on this. So you made a website, social media, started telling everybody you knew, reaching out to connections you had within the community.
Exactly. And here we are.
And welcome to entrepreneurship.
That's it.
And most financial planners feel the same way about their careers. So,
oh, well, yeah. I'm not going to say too much about that.
I'm just kidding. But, the stock market goes up, the stock market goes down, the stock market goes up, the stock market goes down. I'm just kidding. But anyhow, very, very important. But, it's really cool that you're doing this, because it takes a lot of courage to do what you're doing.
Well, thank you.
But people see that passion when you have something, even if it's a unique idea, like what you're doing. In my opinion, it's pretty unique. But when you have a unique idea, it's obvious that you have a passion for it. There's a guy in town named Mike who makes pies. Well, you would be like, okay, he opened a business to bake pies, and he was baking pies at home, and now he went from this cottage industry type situation, but he focused on quality, and then he moved into a bigger kitchen to bake pies, and then to a factory, and now Mike's Pies is one of the largest bakeries in America, producing tens of thousands of pies daily and shipping them all over the country. But he's passionate about it.
No, absolutely. And, I think that is the biggest thing for people who want to start their own business, is finding your passion, because I feel like a lot of people want to start a business because they think they're going to be a millionaire, because they want to work for themselves because they're tired of their boss, right? And it's like, it doesn't work like that, because if you're just trying to start a business for the heck of it, you're going to consistently be chasing the next venture to try and make more money, to try and, you know, find more success or whatever the case may be. And it's also hard to sell what you're doing if you don't really believe in it. And so I think, like, for me personally too, is, you know, I'm sure there were people who doubt, you know, who do doubt me, who, you know, think I'm crazy for quitting my job and all of these different things. But it's like, I don't let those people discourage me, because I believe in my vision. I believe in my business and what I'm doing. And, you know, I just say, watch me.
Yeah, well, I have a ton of respect for what you're doing, and I think you will be successful doing it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious that you're good at what you're doing. It seems like your prices are fair. Do you mind sharing, like, what your pricing is?
So it's I do for an individual a 3 custom proposal or 5 custom proposal idea, and I'm willing to work with people. You know, if you want more ideas, whatever the case may be. We definitely can work that out, but it's $75 for a 3 idea proposal, or $125 for a 5 idea proposal. And on the business level, it's on an annual basis, so it's anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000, depending on if they want me to completely implement and fulfill all the gifts and stuff for them, or if they just want to have like a strategic planning meeting and go through on a monthly basis, touching base and kind of working through those ideas and implementing them, but they're going to have their team or their staff member handle the actual fulfilling.
That's really cool. And as part of this podcast, you're giving away something. You have a promotion, right?
Yes.
So Nev, if we can throw that up here on the screen.
So for the first 3 people or businesses that reach out to me, they will get a free custom gift proposal or strategic planning meeting, depending on, you know, when they need it. And the strategic planning meeting is 2 hours, but if a business wants to break it into 2 1-hour sessions, or however they want to do that, I'm willing to do that as well.
And how do they reach you?
So at giftmatchmakergroup.com, you don't need the www, but you can add that if you'd like. And I have a contact page on my website, and they can just contact me through there.
Or can they find you on LinkedIn? Can they find you on social media?
Oh, absolutely, yes. So I have an Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. It's The Gift Matchmaker on all platforms.
Okay.
So they can also reach out to me via social media.
I love that idea. And where can people follow you? Just on your social media? Will you be posting pictures of your great ideas?
Oh,
and
definitely,
tips
yeah.
and tricks?
So I'm actually going through a full rebranding and logo design right now. So it'll be coming out in a couple of weeks. And yeah, new social media content will be coming out, and gift ideas for the holidays, and how to elevate a gift from being, you know, something somebody asked for, to making it more thoughtful and giving an element of surprise. So yeah, definitely.
Well, that sounds really, really interesting. And I think that's like what you're doing, I think, is badly needed. I mean, I want to give better gifts as a husband and a father, and, you know, to my coworkers and my teammates. Like I definitely want people to receive things that I give them, you know, from my heart. I want them to receive them and go, wow, this is really, really cool and really, really special.
Exactly.
And so, you know, I'd love to talk to you about working with me
Definitely.
on some ideas.
You know a girl now, so
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I got you. But that's actually part of my mission, is to help elevate your gift giving skills, you know, other people's gift giving skills, to be a better gift giver, so that you'll start thinking of gift ideas that you came up with without needing to hire me. I mean, of course, I want to stay in business, but it's so that you just become a more thoughtful gift giver over time.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're like that. Those old. I don't know if you're like ever remember those old BASF commercials. But it was like, we didn't make the paint; we made the paint better. You know, like you can always be there to make the gift better.
Exactly.
You know, and I think it would definitely help make the world a little more loving place, to like people to put a little more thought behind their gifts. I mean, you mentioned gift cards. You know, those racks are in every store, you know, that you go into, the big boxes, and it is the easy way out, right?
It really is. Yeah. And I mean, people still appreciate it, of course. I think, you know, in giving, it's the thought that counts, right? You've heard that a million times. And I really do believe in that. You know, even when you don't get the best gift, you can get no gift, right? Somebody can just not give you anything. I mean, it's their choice. So to get something is nice, but, let's elevate it. Let's make it more thoughtful. Let's give something that somebody's going to appreciate.
We're definitely going to be following you, and hope you're very successful. And you can follow us anywhere where podcasts are found. You can follow us on our social media and on the Bake More Pies website and social media there as well. Once again, our podcast is brought to you by Bake More Pies, full service advertising and marketing agency located in the Tampa Bay area. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.